Did you know Genghis Khan, the greatest conqueror in the past 20,000 years, was born into a humble nomadic tribe in Mongolia? Our tale begins with a child named Temujin. Born into the Borjigan clan of Mongolia, life was anything but easy for young Temujin. The harsh realities of nomadic life in the unforgiving Mongolian steppes were his first teachers. His father, Yesuke, was a tribal leader, a man of respect and influence. But when Temujin was just 9, his father was poisoned by a rival tribe. The Borjigan clan abandoned the young boy and his family, leaving them to endure the brutal Mongolian wilderness alone. But this wasn't the end for Temujin. Rather, it was the beginning of an extraordinary journey. In the face of adversity, Temujin's resilience shone. He survived, he grew, and he learned. He learned the importance of alliances, of loyalty, of trust. He married his childhood sweetheart, Borta, whose dowry of a sable coat he used to forge his first alliance with the powerful Karait tribe. Temujin's leadership qualities were undeniable. He was a man of vision, of strategy, of action. He knew the power of unity, and he yearned to bring the warring Mongolian tribes together under one banner. And so, through a combination of strategic alliances, military prowess, and sheer determination, he began his ascent to power. By the age of 40, Temujin had achieved the impossible. He had united the Mongolian tribes, he had vanquished his enemies, and he had earned the title of Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. From a simple nomadic life to becoming a formidable leader, Genghis Khan's rise to power was nothing short of extraordinary. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the disparate Mongolian tribes were unified into a single, powerful entity, the Mongol Empire. The formation of the Mongol Empire was no small feat. Picture a vast expanse of rugged terrain, home to numerous tribes, each with their own loyalties and cultural norms. Then imagine trying to unite these tribes under one banner. That's precisely what Genghis Khan achieved. Through a combination of charisma, cunning, and sheer force of will, Genghis Khan managed to convince these tribes that they were stronger together than apart. The Mongol Empire began as a loose confederation of tribes in the early 12th century. Genghis Khan, then known as Temujin, was elected as the Khan, or leader, of these tribes. His election marked a turning point in Mongolian history. With this newfound power, Genghis Khan began the process of expanding the Mongol Empire. One of the key strategies employed by Genghis Khan was the use of a meritocratic system in his army. Unlike other armies of the time, which were often divided along social or tribal lines, Genghis Khan's army was composed of those who demonstrated skill and loyalty, regardless of their background. This approach not only strengthened the Mongol military, but also helped to further unify the empire. The Mongol Empire didn't just grow, it exploded in size. From the steppes of Mongolia, it spread rapidly across Asia and into Europe. This expansion was driven by a combination of military might, effective governance, and an insatiable desire for conquest. Genghis Khan's role in the formation and expansion of the Mongol Empire cannot be overstated. He was the driving force behind its success, and his strategies and tactics continue to be studied by historians and military strategists today. The Mongol Empire, at its peak, was the largest contiguous land empire in history, all thanks to Genghis Khan's leadership. Genghis Khan wasn't just a leader, he was a military genius. This Mongol leader didn't just rely on brute force, oh no. He was a master of psychological warfare, using fear as a weapon to make enemies surrender without a fight. He'd send a small force ahead to terrorize towns, making his army seem larger and more terrifying than it was. He also understood the power of mobility. His horsemen could cover vast distances quickly, allowing for rapid attacks. Their ability to live off the land meant they didn't need a long supply train, unlike other armies of the time. Moreover, Genghis Khan was a keen observer and learner. He incorporated local guides into his ranks, using their knowledge of the terrain and culture to strategize his campaigns. These clever tactics, coupled with his ruthless efficiency, made Genghis Khan an unstoppable force on the battlefield. Genghis Khan's revolutionary tactics and strategies played a crucial role in his numerous victories. Genghis Khan's thirst for expansion led him to conquer vast territories across Asia and Europe. This unquenchable thirst was not just about power, but also about ensuring the survival and prosperity of his people. One of his most notable conquests was the invasion of the Jin dynasty, This marked the beginning of a series of campaigns that would eventually lead to the establishment of the Mongol Empire as the dominant power in Asia. The Jin dynasty, a formidable force in its own right, was caught off guard by the audacity and military might of Genghis Khan and his Mongol horde. The Mongols, under Genghis Khan's leadership, overran the capital of the Jin dynasty, Zhongdu, causing an upheaval that shook the very foundations of the dynasty. Next on Genghis Khan's conquest list was the Khwarezmian Empire, a wealthy and prosperous state that stretched from present-day Mongolia all the way to the Caspian Sea. Genghis Khan initially sought a peaceful trade agreement with the Khwarezmian Empire. However, when his envoys were brutally killed, Genghis Khan retaliated with a full-scale invasion. The Khwarezmian Empire was no match for the Mongol onslaught and quickly crumbled, adding to the growing Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan's conquest did not end there. He set his sights on Eastern Europe, launching a series of campaigns that struck fear into the hearts of the European powers. The Mongols swept through Russia, Poland, and Hungary, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The European armies were ill-prepared for the speed and ferocity of the Mongol cavalry, leading to a series of Mongol victories. These conquests and campaigns were not just about territory or wealth. They were about building an empire that would stand the test of time. Genghis Khan's strategic brilliance, combined with his relentless pursuit of victory, allowed him to conquer vast territories and establish the Mongol Empire as a world superpower. Genghis Khan's relentless campaigns left an indelible mark on the pages of history. Genghis Khan wasn't just a conqueror, he was an effective administrator too. His rule was marked by a clear and comprehensive law code known as Yasa. This law code was not written down, but it was memorized and followed by all Mongols. It covered everything from civil and military laws to cultural norms, creating a unified legal system across the vast Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan also promoted religious tolerance. He allowed his subjects to practice their religions freely, leading to a diverse and harmonious society. Furthermore, he implemented successful trade policies. He established safe trade routes known as the Silk Road, and introduced a courier system called the Yam. This system facilitated fast communication across the empire, boosting trade and contributing to the prosperity of the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan's administrative skills were as impressive as his military might, ensuring the stability and prosperity of the vast Mongol Empire.